Okay, look, I know that over the last 2 weeks that we were on break, we're supposed to use that arrest and stuff like that, but I haven't stopped thinking about Avatar 2. So, I've used the last 2 weeks to think of new ideas for James Cameron to make a better sequel for Avatar. You guys want to hear?
Alright, yeah. Alright, sure.
Okay, with that enthusiasm, I might as well just start with my first idea. An Avatar cyborg from the future comes and destroys Pandora looking for Sully's child.
Isn't that just T2?
Oh, sure, yeah, no, yeah, okay, I see the similarities, I get it, but hang on, okay, the Na'vi, there's a new one, the Na'vi find a new species underground that contain parasitic creatures that use the Na'vi as host, and then guess what, a plot twist, what? It's the Queen.
Isn't that just aliens?
Sure. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah. But there's more. I got a better idea. Okay. Ignore the last two. Sure. Jake Sully takes his family to find the other whale creatures that are actually not whales. Remember, because James Cameron said they're not whales, right? He takes them on a raft that crashes on a white boulder, and then for no reason at all, Natiri, right? She throws a special little family gem into the ocean.
It's Titanic.
Okay, yeah, sure, no, thanks for that, Nick. Yeah, no, totally just destroying my dreams again, but whatever, but I got more ideas. No, for sure. This one's gonna take it. You ready? Jake Sully is a secret agent that keeps his undercover life from Natiri a secret and is trying to prevent a massive explosion of unobtainium in the Temple of Awa.
Yeah, that's True Lies.
Well, you think I'm out of ideas? No, because I got another one right here. Jake Sully discovers an ancient underwater...
Oh! It's Piranha 2! It's Piranha 2!
Okay, well then how about Jake Sully...
I'm gonna stop you right there. That's just Rambo.
Okay, you know what? Last one. All right. What if we have the blue Na'vi, we have the teal Na'vi, right? What if we make the Na'vi red? Okay, what if we make them red? And because red is the color of fire, these are fire Na'vi, and they're evil Na'vi counterparts to the Na'vi that we see now, and that's just the plotline for Avatar 3.
Yeah, James Cameron just announced that.
I quit! Recording at 12920 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California at Undercity Comics. Keeping Up with the Nerds presents issue 130. My name is Brian.
Renee.
And welcome to the show! Woo!
Yay!
We're back, baby! Woo! In the studio. Why? Why do you dislike us? Why can't you just have fun? All right, party pooper. What, you come back to the studio all sour? All mad? What
Dude,
happened?
I'm not even sour and or mad. I'm comfy as hell.
You're comfy?
Dude.
You're comfy?
I'm in like loafers.
This is how you're starting 2023. Comfy.
I look like I'm going to bed.
Fun fact, Nick isn't wearing pants.
He is.
Or shorts.
Oh.
He's wearing tighty whities.
How'd you know? I'm wearing shorts.
People don't have to know.
Ooh, look at them legs.
Whoa, dude.
I need some sun. But I do have loafers.
You should have edited that part where like the SpongeBob meme. My eyes, so bright. My eyes.
You know what? As soon as I lifted them and they hit the light, I was like, "Oh my god, I'm white." Woo.
Happy 2023, guys. How have you guys been?
Good. Starting with a cough.
Yeah? Not COVID.
Not COVID this
Not
time.
at all.
Now that we've defeated
Next week,
the machine
COVID.
empire.
Terminators have not risen yet.
No.
RoboCop, though, that's still a possibility.
It's felt like a while
RoboCop.
since
Oh
we've-
god.
It felt like a while since we've been here.
Dude, the 2 weeks was like so weird.
Was it 2 weeks?
Yeah,
Felt
it was
like
2 weeks.
It
Hey,
felt like three.
have you guys ever thought about, in RoboCop, like Detroit is just a hellhole. It's basically a hellmouth. What's LA like? Like in that RoboCop universe.
Oh, in that RoboCop universe?
Destroyed.
For some reason, I was thinking of Terminator, and I was like,
No. In like RoboCop.
and I'm just like, well, Detroit's just Detroit, the way it is. If it was,
Do you think it's Escape from New York? Like it's Escape from LA status, where it's like it's separated
It
from the
doesn't
actual.
exist.
It's like its own prison?
It's like an island.
Yeah.
It's an
New
island
Los
prison.
Angeles.
Yeah.
New Los Angeles.
I'd
New
be
Los
in for that.
Angeles.
I'd be in.
But it's underground.
It's underground.
Yeah. We've built downwards.
That's when the missiles have gone off.
We've become mole people. That's how Los Angeles goes into the future. We just become mole people. We think that we can escape earthquakes by digging down, but that's not the case. You know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I legitimately
You
don't
lost
know
me.
what's going on.
Anyway, have you guys been like spending 2023 so far?
Sleeping.
Sleeping?
Yeah.
Catching
Playing
up?
God of
You
War.
haven't? Yeah, you apparently.
I'm-
Mandy's all mad at you.
I'm all into that game.
Yeah.
He finished God of War. I finished all the Spider-Mans.
Oh yeah,
Spider-Mans.
you finished Miles?
I finished Miles Morales,
Yeah.
and I also got 100% on Spider-Man.
Oh, and Spider-Man.
Yeah, I got 100. I 100%ed Spider-Man, and also I 100%ed Spider-Man, all of its DLC, got all of the costumes, backpacks, everything.
Oh wow.
Well, congrats, I guess.
And also at Miles Morales. And then I started playing this new game,
What?
Monster Prom.
What?
Oh, you were telling me about
It's
that.
a sequel to
When we were
Monster
getting
High?
suits, Yeah.
No. Well, that would be interesting, but no, Monster.
It's a sequel to Monster High.
Monster Prom is you play as monsters that are trying to, basically it's like a pick your own adventure that you can play with multiplayer, and you're trying to get a date to Monster Prom.
So like Neopets.
No, it's a video game. What are you talking about?
Neopets is a video game.
I know, but this is a fun game.
This is actually fun.
It uses NFTs, bro.
But yeah, so it has like you have stats and everything else, and then you have to choose the right outcomes so that way you can then
it
get
a
hearts
dating
by
sim?
them. It's like a group dating sim where you can play date. It's like a dating
it's a
sim with your
poly game.
friends.
Dude, have you played dating sims?
No.
They get interesting.
Have you
Really?
played what was it? What is it? Can I date you? KFC.
Oh yeah, that KFC dating game.
Look it up.
KFC.
Yeah, that's an
On
interesting one.
YouTube or just in?
No, you can just look it up on Google.
I know we're about like 4 minutes in so far, but guys, if you guys want to go check us out on our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Keeping Up with the Nerds, go follow us on YouTube if you have not
dating sim?
subscribed yet. We're at 137, guys.
A finger licking.
He's not even
good-
listening. 137
good
subs. Go
dating.
side.
I'm
at
not listening.
YouTube.
The listeners are listening.
Yeah, I
Don't
know.
you point your finger
Dude,
at
I'm
me.
pointing a finger
Don't
at
you
you.
point your finger at me.
Stop! Don't throw things at me. We're not starting this way, all right? No.
This is not how it's gonna start.
Follow us on our audio platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Podbean. And go visit our website, keepingupwiththenerds.com.
Open up.
I like how. What'd you do?
You didn't open up high.
Did you hit his teeth?
I got him right in the tooth.
God.
Well, while he's out.
You okay?
People would have heard that, dude.
Yeah, I heard the thud. That's why I was like, wait, what was that? You okay?
I got him pretty
That
good.
hurt, man.
Did you get him like in your big tooth right
Oh,
here?
big tooth. I felt that right here, too. I felt that in my head.
Go again.
No! We're done!
Don't leave it on the floor. You gotta eat it.
Yeah, I'll figure out where it is. Oh, it's right here.
eat it.
Oh, I'm not gonna eat it. I don't know where it's been.
That's
See-
true.
It's been on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
it's
I've
probably
recently
vomit
had
flavor.
bookings in here. Yeah.
Huh?
I've recently had bookings in here, and people were sitting and we don't know where their shoes have been.
Yeah, you don't know where they've been.
I like the I love you caves. Watch out, Colonel Sanders.
It's weird. It's weird to see Colonel Sanders as a hot anime dude.
As a height, as a height waff.
As a
hubby.
zaddy?
Yeah, a zaddy.
Yeah, man. You know what? If you guys are gonna do Let's Play, you gotta play this.
Why?
That'd be.
Why
you know
not?
what? I'd be down.
Why not?
Yeah.
You think people were paying attention to watch the game?
Look, we'll do Let's Plays if the audience helps me pay for a 3080. Not
Is that-
3080, a
is-
4080.
Is that a computer thing?
For-
That's a
4080?
GV Yeah, I want a 4080.
That's a
What do you
computer
want
thing,
a
right?
4080?
Okay.
You don't need a 4080.
Yeah, you do.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I
What are
do.
you guys talking
I would
about?
like that.
How, we're just saying numbers now.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're just saying,
62,
They're
yeah.
not, it's
69!
actually- it's not a real thing.
Oh,
We're just-
okay.
we're trying to
RTX
confuse
69420.
Is that real?
No, that's not real.
you. Cookie.
I don't know. I don't have a computer, guys. All right.
I play PlayStation 5.
Like I don't have the time or the patience or the willpower to do that.
Yeah, you have a
So-
PlayStation.
I have
so,
a PlayStation.
should I mention my quick announcement before we jump into comic strips? Yeah.
Just get
You
it
know,
over
just
with.
just rip it
Just
like
get
a
the Band-Aid.
band-aid.
Just rip it like a band-aid?
Yeah.
The harsh reality of what's to come in the next
Yeah.
couple issues.
Unfortunately.
Guys, I am leaving the show. This is going to be my last issue.
Yeah, get out of here.
Stop throwing things at me,
Stop
dude.
voicing the jelly beans.
It's my last issue here. For a month, I'm gone. Plot twist. I'll be back in issue 135. I'm needing a month break, basically because I'm getting married, January 21st.
Oh, is that what that's what you're seeing? Okay.
Yeah. What do you mean? That's what I'm saying.
That's okay. Yeah, you go with what you just said.
Sure.
I'm kidding.
No, so I'm getting married January 21st, just to kind of give myself a month break because the last couple of weeks, the 2-week
Yeah.
break, I didn't take a break.
Yeah.
I was wedding prepping, finalizing a lot of stuff. As of today, I've only slept 2 hours prior to recording.
Yeah.
I don't know how
just
that
to-
happens.
It's literally being the
I'm telling
person
you,
that,
doing
like-
this to yourself. Like, there's no
Dude, there's no
You're
possible way.
You're putting all this stress on you.
Yeah, look,
Like-
blood vessel popped in my eye. Look at
What does Andy
oh,
do?
did
Yeah.
what the heck,
that. Hey.
dude? I keep telling you, you need
This
to
is
chill.
why I need a month
Yeah.
break. So here's what's
Why?
going to happen.
You're not going to take the time off anyway.
Well, not for 2 weeks. Okay, so the first week in issue 131, I will be editing it. I will be
Yeah.
editing that podcast
Okay.
as well as his thumbnail. Then Nick and Renee will be in charge of 32 and 33. I'll edit 34 and then come back in 35.
It's going to be so great.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you know what? If you guys,
33 is going to be just like 2 stick figures. Like we drew pictures and just took photos.
for the intro. It's just like, and like a city with a couple buildings that just says Whittier on it. Like,
dude, would you guys do that? That's more work than what's supposed to
And
happen.
then you just hear it in. Couldn't see the file. Did not find the file.
yeah, we couldn't find it in time.
So Renee and Nick will be handling 2 of the middle issues. I'll be handling the first issue I'm
You think
gone,
I'm
the last
joking?
issue. No, I'm not. That's why it's going to be interesting. Look, I'll be honest, okay? As the production manager here, it'll be funny to see you guys take control over it for a month straight because you guys are going to be doing all the topics, handling this stuff on your own. I don't know if you guys are going to do a 2-man show or if you guys are going to bring someone in. I don't
You know
what
what?
the
I
plan
was
is.
thinking, well, because we'll only have your camera. So I was thinking, I don't know, for a second camera because my phone just sucks.
It doesn't suck.
I mean,
It's
we
just
could
not
do
as good.
if we
It's-
could try it with mine, but if anything,
could try it.
I want to put like a standee in where Brian sits.
I was gonna. In all fairness, I was gonna give Boba Fett and fold him.
Oh, okay, yeah, that, and then we'll just switch it up. We'll find
Yeah.
something else and just put it there
Every
each
time.
week. And be like, so what do you think, Brian? That's great.
The other thing that we thought about was I was gonna call Miguel,
Yeah.
and then he was gonna have to.
He was actually have to come down here.
No,
So-
he was gonna have to prove to me that he's not an AI.
So we also had another idea. I don't know if we're still going to do with it, where we also have maybe Adam, and slowly but surely he would start transforming into you. like each
How is
week.
that possible?
So I don't know. We were just thinking that like the last
gonna
week
get-
he has like a fake mustache that we would just buy and just throw it on him.
Give him some fake glasses.
Yeah, because I still have the 3D glasses. We just need to poke a hole through them. And just have him wear it.
Just have them wear those. Guys, let me know how they do.
Yeah.
All right. They've got 4 issues to prove themselves that they're great
Let
hosts.
Brian
and
know. Don't tell
Yeah.
us because we don't care what you guys think.
You guys get what you guys get. What is going to happen, huh? You going to fire us? No. It's not going to happen.
not gonna
But
happen.
I'm gone for a month, getting married. These two are great people anyways. They're going to be doing a great job,
Yeah.
no doubt. So I will be back in issue 135, taking a very serious break from the show.
Nick, are
finally.
you guys going to the wedding? Well, thank you, audience. Yes, we are. We are going to Brian's wedding.
You guys aren't just going to the wedding.
Yeah.
You guys are a part of the wedding.
We're part of the way. We are Brian's groomsmen.
Kingsman.
Kings. Brian likes to be.
Because
he likes to be different.
Did I not put in the freaking work?
He likes to be extra.
Likes we are.
You
his
shut your
Kingsmen.
mouth. You cried. All right.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Well, you felt emotional.
No, I didn't. I thought it was a bomb. You just dropped off a package to the comic book shop, and then Renee was like, "Oh, I don't know who dropped this off. You're just supposed to open it." And I was like, "Is it a bomb?"
He was about to shake it too. I was like, "Don't shake it." He's like, "It is a bomb."
I was like, "Oh, so it is a bomb. Maybe we shouldn't leave. Maybe we should put this outside." The more clues he was giving me, the more I was like, "It's a bomb."
They got little glass or little whiskey glasses with the Kingsman insignia, and then it has the knight that they're representing and their name on there. So,
Which is cool, by the way.
Yeah. So it was extra, but you guys liked it.
I just think it's so.
Shut your mouth.
I think it's so funny that I now think about it, and you're Edward Norton from Glass Onion.
Why?
Because you gave us glasses, and then you went, "Oh yeah," and then I picked the knights that best represent your chakras.
Oh, shut your mouth, dude.
Yeah.
Shut your mouth. Is there anyone here that has an allergy to like anything?
I mean, just you in general.
Sugar.
Spike your drink with a bunch of sugar.
No, just give him Kool-Aid. That's
Ooh, dude.
Just give him Kool-Aid.
Apparently, I'm Dave Bautista in this scenario.
A little bit of
I'm an
pineapple
alpha
juice is
male.
enough.
All right, so let's move on to comic strips, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new to the show, comic strips is a small portion of the show where we talk about bits and pieces of news throughout the weeks, but in this case, weeks because we've been out for 2 weeks, that really don't hold long enough conversations throughout the show, so we just kind of shoot through them pretty quickly. Starting with Megan, the movie. The new horror movie by Blumhouse, right?
Yes.
It exceeds expectations and comes out with $30.2 million over its first weekend.
Well, I recently found out that the movie is actually PG-13.
Yeah.
It's not rated R, so actually you're appealing to the teen demographic as well too.
It's not seen a lot because it's interesting because a lot of the reviews are kind of talking about how Megan doesn't really want to be too horror. It wants to be very, what's the word? You use it a lot, Nick. Campy. It's very campy horror. And I think that that's a good selling point to the audience, right? Because you're opening up to more people. Teenagers get to go see it. There's a lot of humor in it. There's appeal factors that will probably pull in different demographics.
That's happening with a lot of horror films now. Like,
Is it though?
yeah, because you also have Cocaine Bear.
Well,
That's not horror though.
no, but there's a lot of campiness in movies. Like
Yeah.
I've said before, this 2023 seems like the year that it's going to be, we're kind of moving forward from the hype of superhero movies into the hype of just these ridiculous concepts that are getting
True.
greenlit,
But the thing is that in horror in general, weird concepts have been kind of like a staple for a little while now.
Yeah, in 2 great examples, we're getting Scream that's going to take place in New York City.
Scream 6.
Yeah. And then we're actually getting Evil Dead in a city in the new one, in Evil Dead Rises, which is basically a family goes into a cabin, finds a Necronomicon, and then brings it back to the city.
Which is interesting because it feels very remakey.
Mm-hmm.
It feels very remakey, but I'm really hoping it's more of like a sequel.
So it's supposed to be a sequel, but it's a different family.
Okay.
They go to the same cabin that they did in the original remake.
Okay.
We actually took another point from comic strips. I was going to mention Evil Dead Rise gets
sorry.
a trailer. No,
Yeah.
you're good.
Yeah.
Announced with
it was a good pivot.
it was into that.
Yeah.
Evil Dead Rise comes out with a teaser, then a trailer the next day,
Very
followed by a
gruesome
poster.
teaser, dude.
You know what?
With Bruce Campbell. Bruce Campbell was the one that opened up the
Presented it,
teaser.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did he really?
Well, yeah, on his page, on his Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, he's like, "Hey guys, I have a trailer for you. I'm a producer. I'm not in this movie, but he's like."
You think he won't be in the movie though?
No, I don't
He's
think
not in
so.
this one.
He
He'll probably-
said he's not in this one.
I think he might be in a like after credit scene.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because he was in the remake of Evil Dead.
He has said also before that he is done from doing live action stuff, but he wants to move forward with Ash the character in an animated
That'd be kinda
series,
cool.
Which
or
is
movie.
it's good. He
that-
loves that character a lot.
The other thing is that he did a really good job in Ash versus the Evil Dead
Yeah.
in that TV show, because he even says it too. He goes, "Yeah, honestly, if anybody would have picked it up besides Stars, that show would still be going."
Yeah.
He goes, the worst thing was that nobody knew that Stars had a streaming platform and that it was only on Stars. Like,
Yeah, on the streaming stuff.
On their streaming
It wasn't
platform.
airing.
yeah, he goes, if it would have been on like Netflix or anything else, it would have done really well.
Didn't they
Prime?
have 3 seasons or 2
Yeah,
seasons?
no, it went on because people were going out of their way to see it.
Yeah.
Not only that, but also it was one of the most torrented series,
Yeah.
right next to Game of Thrones,
Mm.
because nobody wanted to pay for Stars just to see that, so people were just torrenting it.
This isn't. I think it's interesting because this is the way they're marketing this movie. Of course, Sam Raimi's going to be producing it, right?
Yes.
But Bruce Campbell is the head name, like the big name that's kind of like leading this movie in terms of production. But the trailer does make it look like it's old school Evil Dead with the kind of like gruesome stuff that happens in
It's
it.
very practical.
Very practical. And I think the scene that kind of got me where I was like, whoa, that's going to be real messed up is the cheese grater scene.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For me, it was the kid swallowing glass. And you see it.
Oh,
move
yeah,
down.
and the
It's
glass
like,
going-
It's like puncturing his skin almost. in a way
Yeah.
when it's moving down. I was like, ooh.
Yeah, no, the cheese grater scene looks weird because you can see the cheese grater just go, and then it's about to go down, and it, like barely, it stops right
Yeah.
before it goes down. So that's gonna be interesting. Oh, I'm not a big fan of gore, but
Are you gonna watch it?
not in theaters.
Ah, damn.
Yeah,
I can't. Too much anxiety.
No,
Yeah.
but that's what I mean though, is because like those type of movies, like the not necessarily goofy horror film, but the out of the box horror film is kind of like a staple in the horror like genre.
Yeah.
Like Final Girl, like
Yeah.
what was it? Bill and Ted versus, I mean not Bill and Ted, it's
Oh,
Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
Mhm.
You have these different movies that are all in that realm of like of horror comedy. Or they are self-aware of the horror tropes, which take from Scream and then go into a different like method
Yeah.
Yeah.
and everything else. Kind of like a Cabin in the Woods.
Well,
as
Evil Dead was a thing of its own when it first came out, the original one.
Mhm.
Like
The
there
first
wasn't,
one,
yeah, it wasn't really comparing itself to anything. It was a kind of uniquely different film from everything else. That was,
It's very 70s.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Very 70s.
yeah, it's interesting to see it back. So horror's coming back, summer, great, awesome. Megan, I definitely want to see that one.
Yeah.
Megan, I'll definitely see. Evil Dead, maybe when it comes out on streaming.
Did
We'll
you guys
see.
ever get a chance to watch Smile?
No.
I did.
How'd you like it?
It wasn't too bad.
Yeah?
I liked it, but then I didn't. I think I was the same way how you feel about Babylon. I didn't like the ending because it was very.
It follows.
Well, yeah, I saw it coming, and also it felt like like It Follows, where it's like, oh yeah, the curse is still around. It
I mean,
hasn't-
but that's how
hasn't been
most
broken.
horror like that ends. Like, what do you think is going to happen? That it,
I was
it
kind of
usually
hoping they
ends
break
then?
the curse, you know?
Yeah, right, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I
There's
mean,
no happy ending.
I wasn't thinking about a happy ending. I was thinking of at least like a way out.
See, this is where you step in as a screenwriter and you write your own horror with a happy ending.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's the. I mean, there's a lot of horror
Yeah,
films that just don't have happy
And the-
endings.
And the fat guy's gonna live in that. In the horror movie, right?
He's not the second to
No.
die, not the first
No.
one, but he lives.
He's not the joke in the movie. You know? I'm just saying. We don't get a lot of love.
Chubby guys do.
Not in horror.
But he said fat guys, not
Yeah.
chubby guys. He wants a fat guy specifically to live. You know. Moving on to more pieces of news. Well, might as well just get this out of the way. James Cameron. James freaking Cameron back in the news. Why? With two different reasons.
Why? What happened?
So Avatar 2 surpasses Top Gun Maverick as the most profitable, or the most what's the word that they used? Basically, it beat Top Gun Maverick in box office.
Bastard.
Yeah.
Did it really?
Yeah. Sucks. Because Top Gun
Tom
was
Cruise is
so
not
much
gonna
better.
do it. Yeah, it is. It's a far
It's
superior
so much
movie.
better.
Yeah.
It's a better movie
way
in
better
general.
movie.
Yeah, Top Gun Maverick made me want to drive fast. Avatar
Top
2 just
Gun-
made me violently angry.
Avatar 2 was a rehash of its own film. So was Top Gun Maverick.
No.
It was better, though.
Top Gun Maverick was adrenaline times 100.
No, Top Gun Maverick was episode 4, but just
It just worked out
different.
better.
It's just from a different angle. It's just from the pilot's. It's from the pilot's point of view. It's the trench run. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But real. It's like real planes, real trenches, and they go
yeah.
inverted.
Yeah.
It's like if somebody were like, "Oh, what about the pilots that planned the trench run?" And they had to practice the trench run over and over and over again, so that way the Empire didn't shoot them down.
I actually put Maverick on this not New Year's Eve, but I think it was like New Year's Day or something like that. And Andy, like, because Andy doesn't like really care for it. She loves it, but she doesn't really care for it. Put it on, and I'm showering because I already know like how everything goes. I come out and she's like sitting there like
She's watching it
just like super intense. And so her first words were like, "Damn, I forgot how good of a movie this was." And I'm like, "Yeah, because it's that good."
That's why I'm marrying you.
It really pulls your attention. The funny thing was that I was watching 30 years of Titanic. I was watching a documentary on Disney Plus about Titanic, and I was doing dishes and I was cleaning around the house, and I just put it on in the background, and then Monica was at the house, and she goes, she goes, "Who is that they keep referring to about Titanic?" And I was like, "That's James Cameron." She's like, "Isn't he the guy that did
Avatar?
that did Avatar?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he's also like the foremost like researcher of Titanic."
Yeah, he also did Terminator. Terminator 2, The Abyss.
That was the interesting thing.
A lot of
about
water.
The end of Babylon, because there was like a scene where they showed like future movies, and like they showed Avatar, Aliens.
Aliens.
Yeah, they showed Aliens,
Ugh.
and they also showed Terminator 2. And I was like,
Specifically James Cameron.
yeah, just like James Cameron movies, and I was like, oh my god, they're just like blowing him in this movie. Like, why is this end credit scene like just blowing him? But
Because again, look, I've said it
he
once.
is.
And I say it again.
I will say he is revolutionary.
He is
in a lot of
Hollywood
stuff.
royalty. Without his work, no. You could say no. That's fine. It's your opinion, but he is Hollywood royalty.
I don't know, because I mean, I would, in all fairness, I would have put like probably George Lucas. The volume is George Lucas.
Yeah.
Without George Lucas, you don't get the volume.
Sure. Okay. There's certain directors.
He revolutionized technology. at
Yeah,
the
that's true.
time.
Okay, that's true. But
Special effects.
Cameron over Lucas.
You don't get some of the major classics without George Lucas.
Neither would you without James Cameron.
Yeah, let me look at Howard the Duck.
What?
George Lucas did that one.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know. At this point,
We got The Abyss, all right?
We got Duck.
The Abyss is a
Boots and
good
hat.
movie.
The Abyss is boring.
It is boring, but it's a good
It's
movie.
boring. It's boring.
Literally, they make a suit where you can breathe water that's not water, so you can get into water. Have you not seen The Abyss?
Who did the Abyss?
James
James
Cameron.
Cameron.
Oh, James Cameron. Okay.
Yeah.
No.
The Abyss is the reason why we get the liquid special effects in Terminator 2.
We got Indiana Jones because of George Lucas.
That's true.
You know who else stared into the
E.T.
abyss?
E.T.
Batman.
What?
Batman stared into the abyss.
Oh,
And
God.
stared right back.
Not Christopher Nolan. Sorry.
Yeah.
You're talking about.
I like turned him off. You turned him off right then and there.
Can we not?
That's really fun. So that's really funny. Whenever you want to, like, you know, have
Shut
like
you
alone,
up?
whenever you want to have alone time with Andy and she doesn't want to, does she just go Nolan? You just like
Christopher
oh,
Nolan.
I'm done.
God, dude.
I'm done.
You know what? I've actually people mention Christopher Nolan's name and I have to walk away from the conversation because otherwise I can't stop.
Wow, so that's the way we can get rid of it, Brian.
Yeah, probably. This is
We
why I'm
should say
gone for a
Christopher
month.
Nolan at the end of this podcast and just walk.
And I'm done. Bye. So yeah, we get Avatar 2 surpasses Top Gun Maverick. That's a shame. James Cameron also comes out on an interview and says that he now knows what he'll be doing for the next 6 to 7 years.
Oh, he's doing fire avatars, isn't he?
He's doing more Avatar movies,
Yeah.
and he's going to be making a red Avatar.
It's the fire one.
The red,
The fire
red Na'vi,
tribe, the
fire-
water tribe.
They're going to be the evil Navis, dude.
I'm telling you
what
right
is
red,
now.
Josh. They're gonna be red.
I called it. Like he Googled Avatar and went, "Wow, this is a great idea.
Why don't I
should
just
steal
do the
this.
4 elements? You know?
I should just steal this. Like, why didn't I think of the 4 elements? So far we have
We have
Earth.
blue Navi, which is Earth. Then we have really blue Navis, which is water.
They're more teal.
They're teal.
Okay,
Navis.
teal
They're more
Navis,
teal.
and then
That's
red
water.
Navis, which is fire. So then what is missing?
Air.
Air. They're clear Navis.
Dude,
yeah.
no, it's
gonna
the
be
little,
white.
it's the little
It's
poofy white things that land on them.
just light.
That's yeah, exactly.
Light Navis. It's when you don't
Feel
it's-
the air around
swear
you.
I swear to God. If those Navis can,
our
like,
ancestors-
shoot fire from their fists, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be like, dude, Nickelodeon needs to sue somebody.
Can you imagine if like James Cameron called up like M. Night Shyamalan? It's like, hey, you did an Avatar movie. So how'd that work out? And he's all like, and it's like a list of things what not to do. And he's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, so you casted white people for that? Okay, all right. Okay.
Not that.
do the
I actually have a coworker who went to go see Avatar 2, and she said that she liked that movie more than she liked the Batman.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
At least the. That's hard. That's hard to believe.
So look, man, I get it. Opinions are opinions, right? You can
No.
say whatever.
No, but there's a right and wrong
No.
from
There's
that.
opinions, but here's the thing, all right?
Except for some. Some are bad. Some are bad.
Some opinions don't need to be heard.
There's people that actually don't
Donald
like
Trump.
the Batman.
yeah.
There's people that actually don't like it.
No,
And it's
there
like, it's
is.
fine. That's fine. You don't have to like
Yeah.
it, but it is a
Dude, for
proper
that
Batman
part-
movie.
I still
car
play the
scene
Batman
alone.
from here from time to time,
Uh-huh.
and I think one time I had a family come in, and the wife of the family came in and be like, "Oh, Robert Pattinson."
Oh, shut your mouth, dude. I
was like-
swear.
so I was like, "What's wrong with Robert Pattinson?" She goes, "Oh, he wears like guy liner and black eye."
She knows they
makeup."
all do, right?
And I'm like, "You do realize that in every movie that there's a Batman movie, they wear that, but when conveniently when they take off their mask, it's gone." She goes, "Oh yeah, I know," and like he told me that too, and it was the husband she's pointing at. He told me that too, but I was just like, there's probably a reason why they don't show it, and I'm like, it's a good detail that they show. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Yeah. I mean, you can watch Robert Pattinson in Tenet. He was the best part of that movie, basically.
Yeah, Robert Pattinson really saves a lot of movies.
That's true.
And he came from Twilight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hop on, Spider Monkey.
Have you seen the Twilight
I
movies?
have, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're pretty bad.
My dad loves those movies.
Dude, they're good. They're like
No, they're not.
They're
Don't-
terribly
don't-
good movies.
Okay, yeah, but you can't.
the lines are
don't-
great though.
Yeah, exactly. You can come on, Nick. Come on, dude.
Bella, where you been, Loca?
I would rather watch The Room on
The
loop.
Room is good though too.
I would rather watch The Room on loop.
God no, dude. God
You
no.
should play a drinking game out of The Room.
God no. I think I'm good with that, dude.
There is.
there
Yeah,
is a
we're gonna do it.
No.
Yeah.
Dead.
Next movie night.
Next movie night.
We still okay. You need to watch both Creed movies before we see Creed 3 this year.
Yeah, I know.
When is Creed 3? It's in March.
Comes out March. Yeah.
Yeah, there's time, but I definitely.
Have you seen the Rocky movies?
I've
Yes,
seen them all.
he's
Yes,
seen the
I've seen them all.
Rocky ones.
Everything up to 5 I've seen. I
You
haven't
don't really
seen.
Rocky-
Rocky, is that Rocky Balboa?
No.
Is that
it's-
Balboa?
No,
or is
that's
that
the one
Rocky?
where he has an apprentice and his apprentice becomes something.
Rocky
Then
Balboa.
they have that
is
street
the-
fight.
Yeah. No.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah,
You're right. That's 5.
That's the Street Fighter.
And then
one.
Balboa is when he has cancer. Or?
No,
that's
that's the one
Creed.
where they do a simulation of a new boxer,
Oh,
of the new
okay.
champion against Rocky, the former champion, and
Yeah.
it's like, oh yeah, it comes out like
when we did a simulation, Rocky Balboa wins every time.
yeah,
I still
Yeah, if
consider
you-
Rocky
if you
4 to
refer-
be the greatest American film of all time
because he fights the Russians.
because he fights Russia
yeah,
and he
if
has
I
a
could
ro-
change and you could change, and everybody change.
He stops the Cold War.
Yeah.
in his truck.
Yeah,
He stops the Cold War. in
Dude,
his
he's
truck.
got a robotic butler, dude.
Yeah, he
That's
does.
the
He
most
does.
American thing
oh my
possible.
god, I forgot about that.
What do you mean forgot about that?
I
That's the
forgot
greatest-
about he had a
Dude,
robot
There's even
butler,
a freaking
man.
montage of him
Who
thinking
thought
about
of
the
that?
fight. I was talking to this about a coworker today,
Yeah.
right? Because I'm like, Rocky IV is the greatest American film of all time.
Yeah.
Right? Because
I watch it on 4th of July.
Dude, yeah, that and Independence Day. Because he has a robotic butler, beats Russia, and there's a montage of him driving, thinking about Creed and having to
that's
avenge
right,
him
yeah.
in. Isn't it an American car? It's like a Pontiac or a Chevy or something like that. Yeah. It's just driving.
I think Rocky IV has the better montage of him training in that one.
Oh, where he's just in the snow.
He's he's like, he's fighting
Just
in
in
the
snow.
cold and stuff. He's training in the cold, and he's running up a
Why
mountain.
are we talking about Rocky? Now I want to watch Rocky again, dude.
Because you got to watch Creed.
Yeah, you gotta watch Creed.
Dude, does Creed make me want to fight?
Yes.
Yes, dude.
Yeah?
Dude, Michael B. Jordan
Kills
does
it. He kills
does a
it.
great job. Also in the fighting montages or in the training montages, he does a great job.
There's
Also,
a danger in
the-
watching
one of-
Rocky.
One of the first fight that you get with Creed, where when he like actually goes, it's a one shot where you can actually see it's uncut and they're just going, and it's so beautifully choreographed that after that you were like, I'm in. I'm
Ryan
into this
Coogler
movie.
directs that one, right?
yes, the first one.
The first one. The second one is Michael B. Jordan?
No.
Or is that Ryan Coogler still?
No, Ryan Coogler did one, then somebody else did the second one, and then Michael B. Jordan did the third one, and then but it was written by Ryan Coogler.
Okay.
What's great about it was funny. I remember seeing an interview that Michael B. Jordan did, and it was when the first one in the first movie, Sylvester Stallone told Michael B. Jordan, he's like, hey, "Listen, in order to be, a boxer in these movies, you got to take a hit for real."
You're gonna have to get hit in the face.
Yeah, and he goes, "Okay," and so then he tells the guy like, "Just give him all you got,"
And the guy was an actual real boxer.
Yeah, so he just took the hit, and he said he just went lights out after that.
He said I woke up a couple hours later.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Yeah, I was
like, I woke up a couple hours later, and Rocky's like,
"Oh,"
"Oh,
and talked him
well-
into getting a
Yeah, and he's
a
like,
hit.
"Oh, he's like, welcome to the franchise." Yeah, right. Do you imagine if that's what was it? Was it that's what you had to do in the Fast series? You had to get in a car accident.
Did Paul Walker take that too literal?
Dude.
Dude, I'm so happy
Shut
I
your
lined that up for you. I'm so happy I lined that up for you. I was really hoping you were going to take it.
Yeah,
though.
that's what I was like.
Dude.
Oh, man, that was an alley-oop. That was an
God
alley-oop.
damn. All right, you know what? Moving on. I'm going to skip through these two real quick. Wednesday confirmed for season 2. Interesting. I've heard nothing but great things about Wednesday.
It was
You
good.
saw
I
it.
watched
It was
the
good.
first season. It
I
was
saw it.
good.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
see why the tweens like it a lot.
Yeah.
It's I feel like
Riverdale.
it's replacing Sabrina.
I'm just going to say good.
Or
Because Sabrina was good
Riverdale.
up until the last 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I'm also going to say this. The people that are watching Wednesday and love Jenna Ortega, is that her name? Leave her alone. Like, I don't
It's
understand
because
why the
she's getting
audience...
this fame.
But
that's
it's like, I don't get it.
Wait,
You
what do
get
you
a really good actress.
Everyone's like nitpicking or like they're loving her. She's getting like very hot and cold stuff.
Yeah.
Because of this new
Just
fame she
leave her
has.
alone. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
that's
understand.
the internet, dude.
Yeah, I know it
Bullshit.
is, but it's like you get a really good actress, right? They're really successful.
She
They
knocks it
finally
out of the
take a
park.
character, and then all of a sudden the internet comes in and they start blaming her for stupid things. They start calling her out on things that were out of her control,
Yeah.
and they just ruin her. And
They
that
start
basically,
blowing up her sexuality as well. Too.
yeah, and it's like
She's
just leave her alone.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't get
She's
it.
like, is she gay? But then she's dating Pete Davidson. Or
Dude,
then,
who
like,
cares?
And I'm like,
Is she
you
really
guys are
dating Pete
really
Davidson?
no. She's like friends with him and stuff.
You know who recovered from that recently? Selena Gomez. Because when she was dating Justin Bieber, she went through that entire crap.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, and then she came out, or she basically came back. She did like a comeback streak, Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah.
Great show, great actress in
yeah.
that one.
Isn't she dating a woman now?
I don't know.
I think she is.
Doesn't matter. All I
Which
care
is,
is
I
that,
mean, like I saw again, it's the Hollywood or internet. They're blowing up every
Whatever.
celebrity's
Yeah.
secret lives.
Selena Gomez is great. Jenna Ortega is great. Just leave her alone.
It doesn't matter. I'm looking forward to seeing her in Scream 6.
That's true.
Oh,
She's
that's
in
true.
it too.
Yeah.
She's in Scream 6.
Yeah.
She's in Scream 5, which was really good in Scream 5.
There you go. Moving on. Vince McMahon comes back to the WWE, so
What?
he is not retired anymore. So the story supposedly is that he came back to sell the WWE, which I understand. If you do that, it's more marketable in that sense because
Yeah.
now the WWE is back in the mainstream media.
Yeah.
Like, I'll put it this way. I didn't know that Sasha Banks quit the WWE to go to New Japan Wrestling.
Oh, I forgot she was a person. I was like Sasha Banks.
Wasn't
I was
she
like,
in The Mandalorian?
Oh yeah, that's
no,
right.
that was Gian. Which
No, that was
wait,
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks was the other Mandalorian. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was.
I thought you meant Gianna Carano.
No. So she was in The Mandalorian. She was in the WWE as Sasha Banks, and then she left recently to go wrestle in Japan.
She probably got a better deal.
She did get. I mean, it's Japan. They give deals to some great wrestlers over here.
I hear not so great stories when it comes to becoming a professional wrestler for the WWE.
Yeah.
When you're a professional wrestler for there, you have a contract. It's like, it's kind of like you're being on consignment. You're getting paid for each match that you're doing.
They consider you as a contract affiliate.
Mm-hmm.
Cody Rhodes.
Because you're not.
And that was a big thing that Cody Rhodes said, because when his dad got sick, he had no retirement.
Yeah.
He had no insurance. He had no medical. He had no psychological. He couldn't do anything. Yeah. And he was busted up from years, decades of being in the ring, and when they went to in WWE, it was just like, that sucks.
Yeah, because when athletes get injured, they have to pay for that stuff themselves.
It's really bad when there's a lot of WWE legends that are on GoFundMe to get their medical bills paid.
Yeah.
From injuries that they had in the ring, and then when they come back to the WWE, their contract says that they are not liable for any injury that you may sustain. But they're also saying you have to jump off of, a cage.
And if you really peel back the layers of that, if you think about all these WWE athletes that have died over the years due to like drug use or
mental illness,
mental health and stuff like that, you would think, okay, maybe it is because they have to pay for everything and they can't afford to either get help or or get better, so they do the quick fix, which is drug use sometimes.
Yeah. The thing about the WWE that I don't like right now is that it uses short bursts of like excitement to get you back into the franchise, right? Mm-hmm. Like, okay, before Vince McMahon, the big thing for me was that Cody Rhodes came back, right? Mm-hmm. And Cody Rhodes in the WWE before he went to New Japan. Yeah. He was like a delisted wrestler. Yeah. He would come in, he'd be in like these like group matches, get thrown out of the ring, get knocked out, whatever it was, didn't matter. New Japan, big icon, helped revolutionize everything that was going over there with Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega comes to the U.S., does All Elite Wrestling. He stays in New Japan, I think, for a while. Yeah. Or no, he's in All Elite.
I really enjoyed Cody Rhodes' like little like rise and fall. Like I loved the.
He didn't fall. He's still there.
No. I'm talking about his WWE persona. Like the whole like he's really big, and then apparently he loses his mind, and then he becomes Starburst.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
He became Starburst, and then he was like looking for a superhero to defeat him because he was the WWE's biggest villain.
Yeah.
And then that's when he started getting Stephen Amell involved. That was where that whole like Stephen Amell was a part of the WWE for like a single match for SummerSlam.
Logan Paul is part of the WWE.
So well,
hopefully he breaks his neck.
So
that'd be great.
No. Here's the thing. In all seriousness, there might be something going on with Logan Paul, because have you heard about that rug pull crypto zoo or whatever?
Yeah. He's canceled already.
So now I'm trying to figure this out, because he had a good deal with WWE. Yeah. Right? And now he's doing this. It's not a good look, because I forgot he was in the WWE until a promo came out where he comes out. Yeah. And I'm like, because who's going to cheer for that?
He was also trying to join the American Boxing League.
Yeah, whatever.
And he wasn't able to.
Jake Paul apparently is actually a good MMA fighter.
He's a decent MMA fighter.
Or boxer? Is he boxing?
He's a boxer.
He's a boxer first.
Yeah.
But but the thing is that he keeps on because of his name, he's trying to get these fights that he doesn't deserve.
Yeah. Yeah, of course.
Like he's trying to skip a lot of people in line for fights, and then once he gets that fight,
who was calling out Mayweather?
He was.
Yeah,
he was.
Jake. Look, man, all this
he was calling out Mayweather, and then Mayweather was just like, dude, you don't want me to hurt you.
All this is money. All this is money. Point being is Vince McMahon's coming back. Money reasons. It's only relevant until the WWE gets sold. That's it.
I used to not. I mean, I shouldn't say care for Vince McMahon, but I always had a respect for him. But when it came to light that like all this shady stuff that he would do, and he's pretty much a business snake.
Yeah, he is.
And I do not care for him anymore. No, as a person, and then also as just like a business.
Have you ever seen the Netflix documentary, The Toys That Made Us?
Yeah.
There was one about wrestling toys, and they go into like a small like how exactly like wrestling became unified.
Yeah.
And they go over Vince McMahon like buying everybody and then poaching.
Yeah.
Where it was like there was a couple of rules that you weren't supposed to do. You weren't supposed to poach. You weren't supposed to like cross promote. Like against each other. You're supposed to stay in your lane. And then they were like, as soon as Vince McMahon took over, he just broke all the rules and he started poaching all the major stars, and that's how he got the WWF started. And then I think it was WCW that was going up against them, because you had the WWF, and then you also had the WCW, and they were both on Mondays.
Yeah, Monday Night Heat, and then you have Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, it was Monday Night Heat, Monday Night Raw, and then
there's a car. It was like a lowrider car that's
Wow.
parked.
Yeah, it was
right
loud.
in front of the store.
I was like, I heard it from here. Anyway, go on.
But WCW ended up losing to Vince McMahon.
Yeah.
And then they ended up buying him for like $5 million, something like that.
Yeah, so they obtained a lot of the superstars in that. Not everyone, but they obtained a lot of the heavy hitters.
Well, the thing is that WCW's it started really taking off because they ended up recruiting Hulk Hogan back in the day. And he jumped ship from the WWF over to WCW, and then that's where everything's kind of started building up.
It'll be interesting to see where this heads. But I don't feel like
whatever
it's
happened to Vince McMahon's daughter, because she was in charge.
Yeah, it was. So was
she was in charge, but
his son-in-law, Triple H.
So he's officially back. I think as of now, he's officially back out of retirement
as the CEO.
As the CEO, and I think it's to sell the WWE. Like that story is a legitimate thing. You want to sell the WWE. It'll work, but again, it's small bursts. I don't know, but that's the thing is that he already has the XFL.
Yeah, but he's gonna buy this one, and then he's gonna turn it, and then he's gonna revamp it.
The Rock says.
I would love to see The Rock as like a general manager or just
hell CEO. Yeah, dude.
In those storylines, I would watch WWE again. Like
heck yeah, dude. The comeback.
Yeah,
but also I would just love the idea of
back
The Rock.
as the Boulder.
The Boulder.
The Boulder says.
If he does that, I really want him to talk in the third person again, and then just call himself the Boulder. Yeah. That would be hilarious. But I really do think that for the for the whole thing, I think if The Rock were to pick it up, because I feel like he's the only real person that could big enough name to buy the WWE and make it successful.
Yeah, make it better.
True.
Because unless Triple H was to just outright buy out Vince McMahon, that doesn't make any sense.
I would want another wrestler to obtain it. That's the thing, or to run it. That'd be cool.
Especially like a legend.
Because they know how it works and all the crap they had to go through, so they would make it better for the future athletes and athletes now.
Ooh, what about John Cena?
You know what's funny? Have you seen how John Cena looks now? Like in clips, he's balding in the top of his head. Yeah. I was watching a clip of a match and he like turned his head and I'm like, oh god! I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, he's starting to have a bald spot in the back.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, wear a hat or something.
Well, that's why I used to always wear a hat. Yeah, man. I think it's from the helmet.
Probably.
Peacemaker helmet.
All right, so we got two more pieces of news before we move on to our main topics for the show. Nicolas Cage, I'm going to be doing these two things. So he is actually coming back in a movie as Dracula in Renfield. Interesting movie. Definitely will be seeing that one. It's going to be interesting.
I love Nicolas
Also, with Nicolas Cage, he will not be coming back as Spider-Man Noir. It's official, so he's gone. Last but not least, Jeremy Renner was reported to be injured in a snowplowing accident. Fortunately, he is conscious now. We don't really know as far as his status. We just know that he's stable, awake, and able to type and everything.
Yes.
Like talk.
Well, he's not even able to type though. It's publicist, because in the thing it even says, "I cannot type at the moment."
Basically, he's not dead.
Yeah, he's not dead, but he's awake. He's spending time with
yeah.
family and stuff, which is great. But this is a personal one that hit me the hardest. Ken Block passed away, I think like January. I think it was like 2nd or 3rd, I forget what, but he was involved in a snowmobile accident, prepping for a stunt, I believe.
Yeah.
If you don't know who Ken Block is, he was a co-founder of DC, had affiliation with Monster, Ford, Audi.
DC shoes.
DC shoes. DC shoes.
Yes.
Because people are gonna go like, what?
What? No, he was. He revolutionized Gymkhana. It's a great auto sport. He was an ex-rally driver as well. Go check out his stuff on YouTube if you guys don't know. Really great stuff. Gymkhana Universal Studios is one of his most most famous ones for me personally, and he did a recent one called Electricana, where he went on an Audi all-electric vehicle and did a couple rounds in Vegas. So that's interesting.
Detective Comic shoes are pretty good. Pretty sick.
Sucks to hear, but yeah, those are bits of comic strips. Now we're moving on to our main subject, which, again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going back to DC, Detective Comics.
You know what the ironic thing is?
What?
I haven't really heard a whole lot about Marvel and what their new slate.
I think what
I think they're taking a break.
They're waiting for like Ant-Man to come out, because I feel like Ant-Man's gonna be like, because it has Kang in it. That's gonna be like the starting point.
That's the big one.
That's gonna be our big one. Mm-hmm.
So why is DC back in the news? Well, first of all, we're gonna talk comic books. We're gonna go back to what started the podcast. Most of all, dude, the comic book industry. Specifically, this one, what is it? The Joker?
The Joker, the man who stopped laughing, issue 4.
So
Clayface has sex with the Joker.
No, that's not how that works.
I mean,
So the reason why
don't just say that.
And now they have a kid.
No. The reason we brought this up was because
The darkest story they've ever written.
over the week, this was actually a piece of info that came out. Just kind of like an article was written that the Joker has a son, and I showed it to Renee, and I'm like, "The hell is going on? Why is this a thing?" And we read into it, and it turns out that the Joker is pregnant in this issue.
Mind you, this is like in the second half. There's like 2 arcs in this book. This is in the second half, called Knocked Upside Down.
That's literally what it's called.
Knocked upside down.
So what happens in this arc?
Basically, Zatanna casts a charm or a spell on Joker, and apparently it just starts you off right there. That's the thing. Like, she's casting the spell to make sure that Joker doesn't, no one can bear any children for Joker. But what
That's also a really messed up spell. Like,
I think because she's just afraid that there's going to be more of him in the world. I think that's what it does. But in that seconds of that happening of the spell, I guess it's technically a cosmic loophole that it happens, where he ends up getting pregnant because I guess through mud or something. I don't know.
that sounds really dumb.
It's really weird. And over the course of the story arc, you see Joker, I guess he's having the child, he becomes pregnant.
Is that Blight?
Oh my God!
Yeah.
There's an actual panel.
Yeah.
Where he's getting checked up.
He's getting checked up to see, because it's been 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets
Only on
checked-
YouTube
yeah.
can you see what I'm talking about.
Yeah. I don't know if you can find those panels and just put them on the screen, Brian. That'd be
Maybe.
great. I don't know.
I feel like this is easier.
And then, so what happened is that, can you move it closer to the left? Right, you go. You see him, and he throws up right there. Throws up the mud, and then
No, the other one.
And then at the
You
next
missed- you
page-
kept missing it.
Yeah.
There it is.
at the next page, the
starts
the
forming.
mud pile starts forming into a little baby.
Keep going up.
A little, what it looks like, it's a little Clayface
Yeah, that's like
thing.
a Clayface thing. Yeah.
And he starts running away, and everyone's like, "What the heck was that?" So they start chasing it. They start chasing it, and they're about to shoot it and stuff. And then,
They actually do shoot it.
Yeah, they're shooting at it, and they're like, "Wait, no, don't do it!" And then I guess the little mud baby forms and becomes a little Joker.
Ah!
Yeah,
Ah!
a little Joker he forms.
Why is his head so huge?
Well, because he's in that transformation stage. That's why.
His head.
So
It's like an adult head. on
So
a
now,
child's
I
body.
don't know if it's canon. Technically, this storyline doesn't take place during a canon universe.
it's not canon. I think it's just there.
Yeah. So
It
again,
doesn't matter. They can always make it canon.
they can always make it canon. It's DC or Marvel. Marvel's no,
This isn't a
Marvel
black
does the
label,
same
right?
thing. No, this isn't a Black Label series, but it's not taking place during any sort of certain thing, as well too.
It just happened.
It's just happening, and they always DC's this is not the first time they've done it. They did the same thing, like a big drastic thing for Killing Joke, where Joker shoots Barbara Gordon in the back, and then she's paralyzed for most of her life. And then that originally storyline wasn't canon. It was simply just Alan Moore wanted to do a story like
But that's
that.
how she becomes Oracle, right?
Well, yeah, that's how she becomes Oracle. But over the years, because again, that storyline got so much traction, DC decided to make it canon.
So here's my problem with this, okay?
Mm-hmm.
This isn't as bad, right? In terms of what
No.
we're talking about, like shock factor.
No,
this
it's-
isn't as bad as Iceman coming out as gay.
No.
Because that was poor writing.
I mean, it's also not as bad as the daughter of the Joker, which was
Yeah.
really weird, where it was just this mentally ill girl
Yeah.
who finds Joker's face that's been chopped off, and then she starts wearing it, and then she starts like committing crimes in Gotham, and she starts saying that she's the daughter of the Joker.
And really, it's just a crazy girl that's
Yeah,
just
she's-
infatuated by the Joker.
Yeah, that she's just infatuated, which they never ended up bringing back. They ended her arc, and then they were
Yeah.
just like, yeah, that was a bad idea.
Again, that was DC. They're just throwing, seeing what sticks, and I think they're doing the same thing here, where it's like, okay, we'll just see what.
But this is poor, kind of like this is a poor idea. Like in my personally, right? In terms of writing,
Yeah.
it's not. It doesn't reinvent anything.
No.
It doesn't do anything.
Well, I've talked about it with customers too. It's like, well, he already has technically a kid, and they've technically made that canon in 3 Jokers, where he, at the end he has like a son that he doesn't know about.
A family.
Yeah, a family.
Yeah.
His wife is still alive, and so is the child that she was burying and stuff like that. I mean, that's something that they could have went back into. That sounds like I would read that more than this, because this is really random.
See,
that they
my thing
decided
is
to.
that I think it would have been really interesting, and it would have been also pretty messed up if instead he would have taken over a sperm bank.
Oh my god.
No, hold on, hear me out. Hear me out.
Jeff
All right,
Johns, you here? All right. So let
Hold
me
on,
just
that's
let me tell
pretty
you
messed
this.
up,
All right.
isn't it?
just emptying all the.
He's emptying them all out, and then and then he refills them. And then you're just having like people, and then you're just having women pop up all over the place, and he starts kidnapping babies.
Ah, dude.
And you find out that the Joker has like 37 babies, all throughout Gotham.
Hey, Kevin Smith, if you're listening to this issue, we just got your $1 million idea right here.
Hold on, you're saying it's a dumb idea.
It works.
It works. As the crime prince of Gotham. You don't think that would be interesting?
Sure.
I don't know.
Arkham
I'm really
that
trying to
idea
think. No, but I'm trying to think like.
But Arkham
Okay.
City, they did the same thing
No, but
with his blood.
With his blood. Okay, that makes more sense because you're not using semen. You're using tainted blood.
And now it's tainted semen.
It's tainted semen.
Yeah.
God. But
Do you
I'm
imagine
trying
these
to
babies coming
think
out
like
with,
I'm trying to think
little-
like in that storyline, like how far along do we have to wait until these kids start becoming crazy? Like, are we waiting like 10 years?
I mean, in this
like when they become
issue-
like 10 years
No,
of
but
age,
but that's
they're,
the
like
thing, though.
killing little cats while like they're
but
laughing.
he did it 10 years ago. Like this is something that Batman's barely finding out about.
What's interesting about this, right?
I like what you're trying to do, but it seems there's a lot of stuff in this show.
You
And
gotta
have
do a
to
lot of
kinda,
world
like,
building.
You have to do a little technical stuff so it's not terrible. you
But
know?
what's interesting about this idea,
But it's
it's
an
not
idea.
the
It's
first.
an idea.
You're also not wrong, right? Because 3 Jokers, the kid's still there, the kid's still alive, right? We've always known that the Joker
Yeah.
becomes the Joker because his family, he has a family, a
Yeah.
kid and a wife. The
thinks
wife
his
ends up
family
dying,
dies.
right? Okay, but in Harley Quinn, he also adopts a family. So this concept of the Joker having a kid, it's not new.
Yeah.
No, especially in Harley Quinn, he becomes a dad.
That's a different
a
idea.
stepdad.
That's a different idea of the Joker having a dad.
But again, it's like you're like, I get what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to get a different side of the Joker. This to me is more like what you said, Renee. It's an idea that they threw around and said, okay, let's see if it sticks. They threw baloney into the ceiling and let's see if it sticks, if it's going to be there forever. It's not. This is just meant to just sell a book. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's a thing. It's just meant to sell issues.
Yeah, that's all.
I wouldn't. There's a lot of different ways for the Joker to be a maternal figure. Because even inside of what was it, The Return of the Joker, in Batman Beyond, he even talks about, oh yeah, me and Harley wanted a kid. Like we wanted to get pregnant, and then nobody wanted to. We couldn't find a kid, and then so we were like, oh well, Batman always has a couple of laying around. Why don't we just steal one of those?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And they ended up kidnapping Tim Drake. That was an interesting storyline as well. I mean, so they've always really talked about Joker getting or having children with either Harley or somebody else, but this one was just, well, we already made it that Joker's by himself. we already made it that him and Harley are no longer together. She's with Poison Ivy now, and she's like part of the Bat family, so that would never happen. And we've never really given Joker any other love interest after that inside of the comics. So how exactly do we get this done? And magic, I guess, is the only thing, because it doesn't. but the thing is that it doesn't even tell you in the very beginning of why Zatanna does it. Like, it's just, oh yeah, Zatanna just shows up and just goes, Baron. Like that's like if
No
anything,
children. Yeah.
like also that's pretty
You'll be
messed
shooting
up.
blanks from now on.
And also, if I was the Joker, I would have been like, dude, thanks,
Right? Yes.
bro. I can do whatever I want now, you know. Which also
The fear is gone.
which is also pretty messed up too, because the amount of years that he was with Harley Quinn, either Harley Quinn is also Baron, or
I
was
mean, this
using
is an
rubbers.
idea that's like, like, I don't think it's similar to your idea of him taking over a sperm bank, right?
Do you think that the Joker?
No
is
one's
going
gonna
to
think about it. The what?
Do you
I
think
think
he's
so.
the pullout king? He has a great
Nick.
pullout king.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
How him and Harley have not gotten pregnant over the several years.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they're mentally ill.
Here's my question in terms of DC.
Well, I mean, Harley's a doctor, so I think she would know how to take the pill. Maybe.
Can we move on?
No, this is actually an interesting conversation.
This is it's a dangerous conversation.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Harley
Could
Quinn's
be.
on the pill. That's why it's not dangerous.
Oh my
Yeah. She's still on the pill. Too.
I just want to know why DC,
Probably
right?
Plan B.
Stop.
Sprinkles a little Plan B on her
Stop.
eggs.
Stop, dude.
The after morning. Hey, it's a bed and breakfast. That's evil. See.
I have Plan B. I have C, D, and F as well. In case it doesn't work.
That's probably a joke. That is probably a joke that some writer for the Harley Quinn show wrote in, and HBO said we
No.
can't do that. Yeah, no.
Even
Why
this,
not?
even this is too far. Harley Quinn, you gave me cans.
Why would they make this? I'm gonna be with my family.
To me, it feels like DC, right? Gets a good idea. They're on a good trajectory of just doing like good bangers, and then all of a sudden they do this crap.
It's like someone threw in the wall, just like Joker has a kid, and it's like that's a good idea. And then one day someone hit it. Like, how do we do that?
I think it would have been interesting if you would have had
Magic
Joker.
mud.
Because I think it would have been interesting if you would have had the Joker and he was a sociopathic serial killer
Yeah.
that had a family in secret.
Yeah.
And like he was like raising a kid. And like he actually did have a son. And it was like it's kind of like, you know, like he's like this Jeffrey Dahmer-esque killer.
Oh, so like in that movie, Don't Breathe?
Kind of, yeah.
Have you seen Don't Breathe?
Oh, you know what? I
Where that's
just
a- where-
started.
where
I
it's a
looked
persona.
into that movie.
Uh-huh.
Sam Raimi produced that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That was
like
interesting.
The
and
second one is like, all right.
But it's a persona that he specifically did so that way he could have a spawn, like he could have a future him,
Yeah.
and that would have been kind of interesting because then the kid has this like revelation of my dad is the Joker, and he has to choose of whether or not to go down the road of madness or
Well,
to
then
be
you could have
sane.
done where your idea, where he does break into a sperm bank, but then only fills up one cup, and just leaves it there. And then using it, he tracks down who used it and stuff
Yeah.
like that. He goes and tells Batman, like, well, I know no woman would want to bear my child. That's what I did, you know? So I had to find my son.
How much you want to bet if that story gets out there in the public that it gets canceled immediately?
Probably.
It's the same. It'll
Well,
be the
'cause it's
same
a-
reason that it's like that cover.
That's why.
of Harley-
That's why it's a black label story.
Basically,
Yeah.
no. But
Well, I
wasn't
mean, 'cause it
the
is
cover of Batgirl being not tied but held back by the Joker as he's drawing?
Oh, yeah, that was
got canceled.
yeah.
That got canceled because
Of the
It was
everyone.
it's the implication.
Yeah, it's the
exactly.
implication.
Yeah.
That's why she can't say no. You know, it's not that she can't, but it's the implication.
I mean, yeah, but that's why it got canceled. So if you go with that storyline,
You never seen It's Always Sunny, huh?
no. Oh yeah, but not that not that episode. Not that episode.
I know when you said she can't say no. I was like,
But no, the idea of here's my thing. Yes, it has a very odd, you know, especially in this era, but it's not out of the realm of possibilities for the Joker. That is within his character of like he's an insane. He's evil
Insane.
incarnate.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the yeah. It's
To say, oh yeah, there's things that are off limits for him to do to anyone in Gotham or even in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like what about if he would have done it in like Smallville or in like a different city, so that way Batman would have never figured it out.
Yeah.
And then
Okay.
he just had a kid somewhere like off in the distance.
I am going to propose to you guys a question. Do you guys feel that DC at this point, right, is just looking for shock factor,
This
or
one, yes.
or are they just like they had this in the bank somewhere and said that, well, we need to come up with something?
So it's funny you mentioned that. I talked about that with a customer, where how DC and Marvel are putting out just nothing but like first appearances or these little just random moments in certain characters' lives and stuff like that. And they're flooding the market of that, of like characters' deaths or characters' first appearances or first appearance of a villain later on that's going to be watched. I won't be shocked if they're going to feature Joker's son in a main storyline, and then this is going to jump up in price because this is the first time he's been revealed. They're probably going to do that later on. And so the thing is that, like we said before, like you said, they're doing it to sell books, and that's what both Marvel and DC have been doing, where they're just throwing all these weird ideas and stuff like that, and just kind of like, okay, well, it's going to be something later on.
Yeah.
You know.
But that's the thing, though, is that I feel like even if you do make this character, the character has to be entertaining and or
Not necessarily.
But that's the thing, though, is that how exactly if nobody likes this character, then how am I going to sell comics with it?
But like, think
Because
of
it's
it
the
this.
first appearance.
Yeah,
that's
because
why.
think of it this way: Gwen
I
Stacy.
get that.
Yeah,
Gwen
but
Stacy
that's-
Spider-Man
yeah.
was a character to just kind of like, it was an idea. What if Gwen Stacy
Yeah.
was Spider-Man or Spider-Woman in the sense, right?
Yeah.
The idea wasn't to basically make her a mainline character,
Mm-hmm.
but her book sold so well that she became a mainline character. She literally had a parallel storyline to
But the thing is that
Peter
but
Parker's,
Gwen
like,
Stacy
Spider-Man.
was a main character for a while.
She
in
was.
The comics.
She was already
She
established.
was
This
already
isn't,
well
this isn't a
developed.
main character for a long time.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
What's another one from that Spider-Verse? What's his name?
I'm talking
Not Ben
about-
Reilly. Kane Parker.
But but
Kane
here's
Parker wasn't developed well, and there he is. He had his own issues for quite some time, for a couple of years, no? For like a year or so? Yeah.
maybe a year. But I mean, but for this, you're telling me that people are going to pay for a Clayface Joker?
How many
People
issues of
already
that do you have?
I only have these 2 main covers and like one more variant.
There-
People are
and-
buying it.
So people are, because of that. But
Because
like
of
that's
that,
the thing
that's
is
why.
that, and this is where that danger comes in. We mentioned this in previous issues before. Comic book buyers will buy first appearances no matter what,
Yeah.
because if it becomes relevant, that issue goes up in price. Even
Yeah.
that issue's what, $6?
Yeah.
$6, right?
$5.99.
$5.99. So then what? In a couple years, if he does come back, that issue now worth $30 on its own.
Yeah.
It's fair.
5 times that amount.
not-
Easy.
It's not a great excuse, but yeah.
Yeah, it's not a great excuse, but that's just how it is. He existed there before, therefore that issue is going to be worth more. It's as simple as that. But going back to that question, right? The DC just kind of putting in these things for shock factor, all it is, right? We're going to move on to another DC topic, and Ezra Miller comes back.
Yeah.
They're back in the news.
He's back in the news. Yes.
They're back in the news. They're back in the news.
They
It's typical.
I know,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
listen. Ezra
Just
is
say, yeah.
There you go.
Just say his name.
yeah. Ezra is back in the news because the rumor mill is saying that that Warner Brothers is okay with him being back in the DC.
They're considering moving forward with him as the Flash.
yes, in which
right?
I don't know who he sucked up to, but that's pretty ridiculous.
So I kind of want to say this is a double-edged sword. Okay? So it's a double-edged sword because this rumor shows off the inability of DC Studios to think about what has happened over the last couple of months
Yeah.
and think that this is a good idea, a good piece of information to come out
See,
to the public.
I think what they're doing, or what they're going off of, is the hype of the Flash film. That fans still technically want to see it. That's true. We want to see the film. We don't want to see Ezra, though.
This comes in.
Like, we don't care for him.
We don't.
Yeah.
But this piece of information came out after the Flash's final season announcement poster. Not only that, but Stephen Amell Is it Stephen Amell?
Stephen Amell
Comes back as the Green Arrow in this final season.
which is going to be interesting. I'm kind of interested to. I'm interested to see how they're going to play it off.
Exactly, but you see that rumor right there, right? You see how that built up. You get the Flash TV series, you get that hyped up. Stephen Amell, oh, the Green Arrow comes back. How, we don't know. He's a beloved character in the CW universe of DC shows. Then all of a sudden,
actually, you could say that he's been lost in the Speed Force.
You could. But that's kind of where you can dig into Ezra Miller coming back as the Flash.
Because in Infinite Crisis, he goes into the Speed Force to supercharge Barry.
Oh yeah.
As the Spectre. He ends up like becoming the Spectre, and then he supercharges the Speed Force, breaking the Speed Force, but he supercharged it, and then that's how he combined the universes together.
We'll have to see when the Flash TV series comes out, right?
It's gonna be interesting.
The final season.
He's been dead for at least 3 years now, and technically in Flash's world.
Yeah. But he's coming back.
I can't watch Flash. Like I watched the clip where Eobard Thawne takes over as like the negative Speed Force avatar, and then Barry takes over as the positive Speed Force avatar. I'm like, oh my god.
Was that when they all had lightsabers?
Yeah, that's the same season too. It's so bad because like they're throwing lightning, and Eobard Thawne's like and it's like the lightning's coming out, and he's all like, I'm like, what are you doing? I'm all, somebody just power. I'm like,
somebody just went. We should just do Star Wars.
Yeah,
like we're just gonna make him the emperor. We're gonna make him the emperor. And, like, it was one of the funniest things.
Feel it, Barry.
One of the
negative Speed Force.
One of the funniest things was literally when Godspeed has 2 lightsabers, lightning sabers,
lightning rods, essentially.
Yeah, lightning sabers, and then Eobard Thawne and Barry both have one, and then they fight, they joust. Yeah. Like that. And I'm like, oh my god, this is so dumb.
And there's no love for Wally West in that whole series because they replace him with Impulse, which is great. I mean, Bart Allen's a great character, but they just like threw Wally West out of that show.
It's more of the actor too.
Yeah.
The actor doesn't want to come back.
Oh, see, then hire someone that wants to do it. Then It's
yeah,
like,
he's trying to do.
It's
his own
all
things.
this negative stuff, right? That's coming out.
That same thing happened with Stephen Amell's brother as Firestorm. He didn't want to do it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It wasn't that he didn't want to do it. It was that it was too strong of a commitment, and at the time he was getting a lot of offers for movies. Because he was doing, he
did Chris Redfield and
he was doing Chris Redfield. He also did The Babysitter. He also was doing what was it?
The Babysitter.
The Netflix one. It's the one where the babysitters are like part of like an evil devil cult.
Oh, the Babysitter movie.
The Babysitter.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
That was an interesting movie.
That was pretty good one. He's in the sequel too. But there's a whole bunch of like he was becoming more and more popular. And he was getting a lot more deals with with other studios and with Warner. So it was like I can't really do this. So they ended up I can't commit. And then he only had one
more
season.
offers. Jensen Ackles, and he turned them all down because he committed to Supernatural.
Yeah, but we don't
now
get
his
Jensen
career
Ackles.
and now his
not
career
everyone's
is just
Jensen
Supernatural.
Ackles.
Yeah.
Not everyone's Jensen Ackles, okay?
Sure,
So you got to relax. So the reason this is a double-edged sword, okay? We get the negative side of Ezra Miller supposedly coming back, right?
Negative Speed Force, yeah.
But
Goes back as Eobard Thawne.
Oh my God! Yes, recast him as Eobard Thawne.
Yeah. I honestly think Eobard Thawne's in this movie, and I think he's playing one of the like multiple berries in here.
Berries?
Yeah, because there's like three berries.
Isn't there also a female berry?
Maybe.
yes.
Yeah.
So the reason as to why, right? Who decided to speak out against this?
James Gunn.
James Gunn.
Yes.
He is, again, we've mentioned this in the last like 4 issues. He is vocal. He's coming out. He's not confirming yes or no, but he's putting down a lot of negative pressure and doing so in a very professional way.
Yeah.
Right? Can you pull up the 2 tweets that I think Gizmodo mentioned in their article?
I do feel though that for Ezra that may be out of his hands.
It is out of his hands. It is out of his hands. But the way that it's handled, right? Supposedly the studio heads are trying to, or they're okay moving forward with Ezra Miller as the Flash, right?
I think that's a bad PR.
It's a bad PR move, but consider what's going on here, right? So the first tweet that Gizmodo talks about is that there's a rumor supposedly that within the first 3 years of DC
like 3
Studios,
to 4 years, yeah.
the first 3 or 4 years of DC Studios revamp under James Gunn, Wonder Woman not be a big part of that revamp, right? And someone says, James Gunn, can you please debunk this? And he tweets out,
I hereby debunk it only because it's not true.
Bingo. So he already comes out, says that this is not true.
Their Wonder Woman is part of that plan.
Part of that plan. Done, right? Then the next thing that comes out is this whole Ezra Miller thing.
Can you discuss all the report from Variety in regards to Ezra Miller / the notion that your slate is only 3 years worth of projects? James Gunn retweeted saying, or replied, I don't know what's out there about Ezra, but our slate is 8 to 10 years. But we will only be announcing some of this month.
This January, right?
Yes.
So it's
probably
gonna,
by the end of the month or mid-month.
I think he said mid-January is when he's going to be announcing some stuff, right? But he didn't confirm nor deny it, but he's pretty much kind of saying this whole Ezra Miller thing, I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
It's probably because what I'm assuming is that Variety probably got a leak from higher up.
Yeah.
That Ezra Miller is still being
It's
considered
some
to be
board
cast.
member.
Probably.
That's why I'm saying.
Or someone
probably-
heard from a board member.
Or it's an assistant of a board member who then said something, and then it's now getting tossed down to Variety. As
So and
as a
so.
rumor.
It was
Yeah.
an off the record, conversation where they said like, look, somewhere out there, someone is basically considering Ezra Miller to come back.
a board member, somebody else.
Yeah,
probably
they
considered
they,
it.
they like Ezra. They think that he's doing well and he could possibly come back.
They are claiming the head ups in Warner Brothers claiming that he is
That
getting
they
help.
are.
They are getting help.
Yeah, they are getting help.
They're getting help.
So but again, it's like it's an off the record comment that basically gets talked to by someone who then goes and reports it to someone else who then reports it to the journalist that basically writes that article for Variety.
The story
Listen,
could change from that different channel.
Listen,
Exactly.
I don't care if he's getting help. His career should be over.
Yes.
His career as a Flash should
In
be
this-
over.
No. His career should be over.
It should be over. That's the thing.
At this point, he's up there
There.
with. At this point,
Ezra is up there.
Is up there with like Kevin Spacey and everybody else.
That's the thing. Ezra should be really
He should be
already
blackballed.
on what is it, Hollywood's blacklist.
Of
And
like
yet-
not
yeah.
to be used.
But yet for some reason, Warner Brothers doesn't want to pull the trigger. They don't want to say, "Oh yeah, after this movie he's done."
I
And
wonder why.
I don't know why either,
It's-
because
he was-
that's
he-
fine because
They've invested a lot of money in him.
Well, I mean, it's not gonna stop people from seeing this movie. People are still gonna see the movie regardless because it's a movie that
But-
we've been waiting for.
But that's the thing, though, is that I feel like it's not Ezra Miller. It's Keaton. It's Keaton. It's Affleck. It's all the ideas of like we're going to be really invested in the multiverse. We have
This
a
is-
brand new Supergirl.
this
we
is
have,
essentially like their Multiverse of Madness movie.
kind of that's what
Yeah.
that's essentially what it's supposed to be, but it's going to be all taking place in a different universe. And I think that's going to be kind of interesting, and I would really love to see where that goes. The only problem is that you really do need to confirm, and there needs to be a statement, because no matter what, even if you go, oh yeah, Ezra Miller is coming back, that's going to have so much backlash. Because if anybody else does this and then they get fired, everybody else is going to go, well, what happened with Ezra Miller? Why is so-and-so getting fired, but they're not? But he never did.
But has anyone gotten fired? Because what's the guy that played the Cyborg? He left.
Ray Fisher?
Ray
Yeah.
Fisher, he left because of incidences that happened
Of his
on-
own experience.
Yeah. His own experience that
but
happened there.
he left on his own accord.
Yeah.
He went, I think, breached his contract, or no, they paid out his
Paid
contract.
off.
He
Yeah,
paid
'cause
off
he was
his
supposed
contract.
to be appearing in multiple movies.
Gal Gadot still there. I don't think she's off.
They
as
haven't
Wonder Woman.
confirmed if her contract's done yet.
I'm assuming that they're paying off everyone's contract.
Henry Cavill supposedly was signed on for more and then said no more Superman
no
for
more
him.
Superman. So that I'm
But he's
assuming
coming.
they-
But they're working with him to
Yeah.
see where else he can fit in the DC world.
I can see if whether or not it's like, oh yeah, we paid you for X movie, but maybe we can put you in a different role in somewhere else.
Yeah, same thing with Ben Affleck. Like he's not gone, but they have said that James Gunn does want him to do a DC movie.
Because he wanted to take on a writer, producer, director role.
He wants him more
Which is
director
fine.
writing.
Yeah.
But that was also the other reason why Ben Affleck lost his movie was because he was having personal troubles.
He was.
Yeah.
Zachary Levi, still not.
He still says that he's fine.
Yeah.
Shazam
As of this
hasn't
movie,
changed.
yeah, he says as of right now the movie has, which also on note for Shazam, The Rock recently said that he turned down to be in the Shazam movie, that he was in talks of possibly appearing in the second one as a cameo, or like a little after credits, he didn't want to do it.
You know what's interesting about Dwayne The Rock Johnson though is because they're not moving with the Black Adam
No.
franchise anymore, right? So he was done. I think that this was already known by him for quite a while already. I just think that he was kind of like doing PR stunts and going like, yeah, this is successful, this is great, the audience loves it. Then knowing that information came out that they weren't going to move forward with it, he just kind of went like, well, it happens.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think he
let's
was
play the
already
gimmick.
kind of new. Yeah, exactly.
Let's play the gimmick.
He already knew what was going to happen.
Yeah.
Right. It's a shame though because when Dwayne The Rock Johnson does something, there's passion in it, and that's what worked with the Black Adam movie. It'd be interesting to see him come back. He's gone though. What's his name? Aquaman.
Jason Momoa.
Is he out of contract?
They haven't said anything about Jason Momoa yet.
They did say though that this will be the last Aquaman movie in the
In his
coming.
story.
Yeah, and after this, they're not doing any more with him in it, at least.
Who am I missing?
That's about it.
That's the entire Justice League.
And they're not moving. They're putting the Green Lantern series on hold, I think.
Because it was supposed to be a TV show.
Yeah.
I feel like Green Lantern just doesn't have good luck.
Yeah, but also, what was it?
We still
The
haven't
but the Penguin show started shooting.
They are because I think they were basically on the cusp of like moving forward with
Yeah.
that.
So the Penguin show started
yeah.
shooting.
I think Colin Farrell has said that he's still working on it. You know? So because he did an interview he did a actor on actor thing with Jamie Lee Curtis. He said that we're still doing it. We're gonna film. We're scheduled to film soon with it. So.
See, my thing is that I feel that I'm hoping by the middle to end of this month, James Gunn will give us. This is what's still ongoing. This is what's not, and just give a lot of people this is what from Zack Snyder's universe we're keeping, or these are the actors that we're keeping, and we're just gonna wipe their movies. We're just gonna say yes, we're using that same actor, but his storyline is no longer canon.
And
those movies are a different universe, and this is a different universe as well. So technically, they still exist in a multiversal kind of way, but it's a different Earth. This is something totally different. It's an Elseworlds.
This sucks for James Gunn though, because now all that pressure falls on him.
That's true.
It's not like Warner Brothers DC has had a good run of positive news, because over the last week, Warner Brothers Discovery has come out with more shows leaving the HBO platform.
Which ones?
Looney Tunes got pulled out.
No, Looney Tunes' actual contract with them ran out. They haven't renewed Looney Tunes.
The newer ones. I think they didn't renew the newer
license.
seasons.
The license for Looney Tunes ran out.
Okay. So
they haven't renewed the license for Looney Tunes.
And that's why it's kind of okay, because this is where I'm going with this, right? The Looney Tunes is a big name
for
Warner Brothers, right? So it started out with Warner Brothers not renewing a second season of the new Looney Tunes show on HBO Max, right? And then all of a sudden they come out this week with another piece of information saying that the Looney Tunes is getting pulled from HBO, right? And not only that, but this also comes in the heat of people saying, what the hell's going on with HBO pulling out certain episodes of Sesame Street, right? There's no longer a catalog of that in HBO. Canceling Westworld and not allowing them to finish, even though the show, I haven't seen past season 1, the show isn't doing so well. But they didn't even let the writers finish that story that they wanted to do.
Doom Patrol is getting a final season.
Yeah,
exactly. They're on their final season right now. I think they get like 7 episodes. I think they got like 7 episodes or something like that in order to finish off.
I think Titans just got renewed one more season.
And why?
I don't know why.
Yeah, that show is a mystery to me because that's a rough one.
Yeah,
I've watched Titans going
I watched the first few
when it
episodes,
gets good, I'm gonna be like I stuck with it until it got good.
I told you.
Yeah, and then I knew all these years of just torturing myself season by season was a good payoff.
Getting that spoon and shoving it up my butt and just. Because Oprah calls that empowerment. It's a Ron White joke.
But you know, I wonder how many more white hairs can James Gunn get, dude? This amount of stress, dude. I'm not even joking.
that's
Think
true.
about it. When he was doing what is it called, backstage interviews for
You think
for
they
the
told
Suicide
him
Squad?
that, like when he did the Suicide Squad, be like, "Hey, you think about maybe possibly being head of DC?" He's
Probably.
all,
But did you?
Dude, it's like,
But that
he looks like Johnny Knoxville.
Not even.
does.
Yes.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, okay? And I'm thinking about this, right? Because as I'm doing the thumbnails, I look up James Gunn photos, right? The Suicide Squad. When did the Suicide Squad come out?
2018, 2019.
Wait,
Was it?
No. It was
The
2020.
It was
It was 2020.
2020. Okay,
2021. It came out a year
You
after
mean to
COVID.
tell me that in a span of 3 years, the guy went from having brown hair to having white
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
hair?
That's what they said the same thing for Johnny Knoxville. Apparently, he went and, like 3 months later. They were just like, "Yeah, Johnny had like black hair," and then 3 months later, he came back and he was like pitch white.
Dude, so what's going to
Can
happen?
you
He's gonna
imagine if
bald?
Tom Cruise has white hair this whole time, but he's just dyeing it?
Stop,
Yeah, because he
dude.
does. Because you can tell when you watch Top Gun Maverick, that hair is dyed.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm like, if he didn't dye it, like, how much gray hair does he have?
Probably a lot.
That's stress,
Like,
man.
is it like the Mr. Fantastic? Does he have like the little whoops?
Hey, you
No,
know
because
what?
I feel like if it was just the Mr. Fantastic, he'd let it go.
You can pull it off.
Dude, I've gotten so
pull off Mr.
attached to certain
Fantastic.
people, man.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise, James Gunn. Like, I hope if you have Solomon, throw it over, dude. I don't want nothing bad to happen, dude.
Oh, 2023, man! Don't say that. It's so
Stop,
it's so
dude,
early.
Don't.
Have
I
you
don't want-
seen all the people? Have you seen the list of people that could die that people are predicting?
Can we start a Deadpool,
No.
please?
So one name in particular people are saying and they're worried is Bill Murray. They're like, Bill Murray's gonna die in 2023. Watch.
You know
So-
what?
some people-
Tim Curry, I can see that.
Tim
Curry is always at the top of my list.
is he still alive?
Dude,
Tim
yeah,
Curry?
right now,
Okay.
certain listeners are telling us to shut up. They don't want to hear it.
But we're putting bad juju
Yeah,
out there.
putting bad juju.
Tim Curry just suffered a stroke like a couple
I
months
know
ago.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's been having health problems,
Yeah,
man.
that's why.
Oh, so Tim Curry was on that list as well too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's getting there.
He's still alive. Yeah.
He's still alive. He's
He's
76.
76. Wow.
He's 76, man.
Dang.
Come on.
How old's what's his name? Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks, no. Unless something
Shut your
bad
mouth.
were to
Just,
happen.
yeah, just let's not talk about
Unless
that.
something bad were to
That's
happen.
funny. I was watching Tom Hanks and he's 66. So he's not.
Okay,
bad.
wait. How old is James Gunn? He's like in his mid 50s, no?
I think so.
He's 35.
With that much gray hair, dude.
He's just 35.
Look at that man, dude. Look at him.
56.
That dude. That hair is not from a 56-year-old man. I'm telling you.
What about if he's dyeing it?
That'd be funny.
Legend.
What about if he's bleaching it? What about if he's just like bleaching it
Just
white?
get- you know what? He
Legend.
does have like dark roots.
Do you think he just said F it? He
Yeah.
just dyed it all white?
He's doing the opposite. He's going with
He's going into the curve. He's
yeah.
going into the curve, you know?
I would do that, honestly.
Yeah, if I had
Yeah.
like, a
F
lot of
it,
white
just-
hair.
If he started going gray, I'm like, well, there's no going back. Whoosh. Silver fox.
He looks
started
good. He looks
looks
good. in
good.
white.
You
He's
know
pulling
what?
it off.
Actually, I don't know how to say this, but in your family, does gray hair run or no?
Yes.
Yes. and-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So my dad had gray hair, but he had like specks of gray hair.
Yeah.
So I was talking to Andy. I'm like, if I get gray hair, I might as well just dye, but I want like silver streaks. I don't want like,
You're gonna go with
Full
Mr.
gray.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think so.
I think my dad didn't get gray hairs until he was like 40. Because I remember him. 'Cause there's pictures. There's pictures of him
10 years
when,
away, dude.
when he was young, and I was still young. I was like a baby. There's pictures of him. He still has like dark facial hair and dark hair and stuff. And it wasn't until he was like 45. He was like, you see, the salt and pepper was going and going, and
I'm not sure if you
it
can
looks
see
good though. It looks
I don't know
good.
if
Yeah, just dye that thing. Just dye that part silver, dude.
I don't know if you can like see it in the camera.
Probably not on the camera, but in real
Wait,
life.
can we dye our hairs in 2023?
Sure,
Yeah, I'm down for
I'm
it. I
down
call
for it.
purple though.
that's fine.
That's fine.
Nobody
Or
was
do I
gonna,
do pink?
nobody was gonna fight you on that.
Or do pink?
You want to do pink?
Go
I
right
kinda wanna
on
do
ahead,
pink,
dude.
dude.
Nobody's
You wanna do
fighting you
pink?
on these.
Why? What color?
No one's
do you want?
arguing.
No
with
one's
you.
arguing.
Are you
with
doing?
on
But
these colors.
you gotta do silver.
You want me to go silver?
I want you to do silver, like Silver Surfer, dude.
Like the silvers. You want me to go James Gunn?
Yeah, dude.
You want me to try and go aim for You know how long that would take?
I need Renee to.
That's like an 8-hour bleach.
That's fine. I need Renee to do a mullet and dye the mullet.
Why do I?
Cause you got like poofy. Like,
I was so I am gonna get a haircut before your wedding for sure.
Same.
But after that, I'm gonna have to grow out my hair.
Okay.
Or
Yeah, because I did that poll thing, and everyone wants me to grow out my hair.
who?
I did a poll on Instagram.
But you're gonna do what I say. I said cut it.
Yeah, and people want me to grow back my hair. Out.
Who's people?
Oh my God!
All my followers? Yeah.
Your followers?
Yeah.
Well, who are they?
Can
We
we
need
do a-
names so that way I can go hunt them down and be like,
want a
vote
man
the other
bun.
way.
You want a man
I want a
bun?
man bun.
I'll probably grow it out, see how long I can.
Dude, what if
get
we
it.
all get man buns? I'm down to do a man bun. I don't know if it'll work for me because I have like curly hair.
So do I.
So do I. I have really curly hair.
Well, you have like afro looking hair.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Got a problem with an afro?
Yeah, what's wrong with the afro?
There's nothing wrong with it.
You sure?
You tell me.
Shut your mouth. Going back to James Gunn,
Oh my
You
God,
monster.
right? He went from having brown hair,
Yeah.
white hair, all of a sudden, right? I feel like there's a lot of pressure for him to start like putting stuff out there. January, I think he's waited at the right time.
Yeah.
He let the news build up. He let a lot of negative stuff
Yeah.
come out for Warner Brothers and DC. Now mid-January comes out. He's going to come out with this timeline. This is the 8 to 10 year plan for DC Studios.
No, I don't think he's going to be doing. I don't think he's going to be doing that. I think he's going to do the first 2 years.
No,
This is our first. This is our first 2 year.
He's going to
plan.
do the
This is
8-year
our-
timeline.
He
But
just said,
he's only going to reveal the first 2 years and then say, but there's more to come for the next 5 or the next 6.
We're slated to release movies here, and here.
Exactly.
And
He's
I'm-
doing
and
the
then-
half-baked Marvel announcement.
No, because I can that, and also I can see him totally going through it and going like Blue Beetle still releasing this day, and there will be more adventures with Miguel. Or
To come.
Yeah, with
Miguel, Karate Kid cross Blue Beetle.
that's basically what. it
Wait,
is.
now I'm thinking about it. Do you think that he dyes his hair white because he wants to be the next Kevin Feige? Kevin Feige has the hat. He's going to be known for the white hair.
No, Kevin Feige's just bald.
Yeah, but he has hats. He wears hats all the time.
Yeah, because Kevin Feige lost all his hair.
I know,
because
and
of
so
the
he's
movies.
like, you know what? I
controlling
want to
the
be known for the
universe.
iconic white hair.
Yeah,
Maybe.
the Watcher is also bald. That's why. When you're creating a universe and watching it,
They
you're just
were
so
Watching
bald.
it, yeah, when you're looking over a universe, it takes a lot of toll on your head.
It would have been so funny if the Watcher would have been Kevin Feige. I think that would have been hilarious.
I think it would have worked. It just
Yeah.
they didn't go with it.
Would have been cool to see him in She-Hulk, but he didn't want to do that.
Yeah, dude,
I know
wanna
they just
do-
chose Kevein.
Kev, yeah. Ugh.
Kevin. But that's besides the point. I do feel by the end of this month we should have a better idea of where DC is landing.
Yeah.
We should have a better idea of what actors are returning, at least from the Ezra Miller. I mean, not from Ezra Miller stance and Jason Momoa and everybody else going forward. Because I think that would be interesting if they were like, Jason Momoa is no longer going to be Aquaman. But he is going to be returning as Lobo.
Okay. They're all like,
All right, sure.
all right, okay. That's
Because
fine.
that would be an interesting one of going like Jason Momoa is going to be our Lobo, and Lobo is going to be getting a movie 2028.
Can you imagine he's like going through all the actors that were cast? And he's all like, "How come no one did Lobo? Like, who effed up? Like, why did we choose Aquaman? How come Jason Momoa isn't Lobo? He looks like Lobo. Like,
Give him a cigar.
Yeah.
Like that's all we had to do.
paid him pale. Give him a motorcycle. You got Lobo.
It's not that hard.
Yeah.
It's really not that
He's going
hard.
to the office. Who effed up that?
Was it you? Was it you? You're fired.
Yeah.
But now you're rehired because I don't know if it actually was you.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know what's interesting? If in that announcement, James Gunn announces the title of a Superman movie. Why do you laugh? I'm being
Because-
serious.
No. I just thought of that meme where it's like, from Ted 2, where they're like, they're gonna announce Superman, and they go, the new Superman is Jonah Hill. You're gonna have to bleep me right here, and you see Mark Wahlberg go. And I just thought that in my head when you said Superman movie. That clip just.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Superman titles. What do you think it would be if they were to rename?
I'll rename it. I think Man of Tomorrow.
I was gonna go with the same
Yeah,
thing.
that's the best title. Yeah.
It's the best title. The Man of
Man
Tomorrow.
Yeah, Man of
Yeah, it's
Tomorrow.
Man of Tomorrow. I literally was thinking the same thing. I was like, it's the Man of Tomorrow. Like,
You're
yeah,
in here,
it's-
issue 130 comes out, Man of Tomorrow. You guys are gonna be like, ah!
Dude, if by the end of the month and they go, yes, we are having a new Superman movie, it's called The Man of Tomorrow.
Jonah Hill.
And Jonah Hill is our Superman.
Nicolas Cage is Superman.
Dude, that would
I
love
am the
it.
man
Dude,
of tomorrow.
I would love it if they said we are going to be doing Superman
Nicolas
Lives.
Cage.
Nicolas Cage is going to be Superman in an animated version of Superman Lives.
You know what? I'd be down for
What
that.
if Nicolas Cage
That would be.
gets,
I would be like, yes, like automatically yes. And
what
then
if Nicolas Cage is Superman's dad?
Oh, Superman's dad in the new one.
I think the greatest.
I have to send you away. Krypton's about to be destroyed. The rocket goes off. Oh, my son.
Oh, we also forgot to mention Face Off 2.
Oh,
Nicolas Cage said that he's working on Face Off 2.
No,
Alright.
he's not.
Yeah,
And
swear
Jack
to
Black,
God.
you know what's funny? Jack Black did announce he is working on School of Rock 2
Two.
and Tenacious D 2 as well.
Yeah,
They're in the talks.
Swear to God,
Yeah.
Face Off 2 is being developed
John
by
Travolta?
Nicolas Cage. I don't know if it's with John Travolta, but it's definitely Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage is a part of it. Yeah.
But apparently Nicolas Cage is working on Face Off 2.
How does Nicolas Cage sneak into their conversations, dude? I just want
I
to
don't
know.
know. But I do think that
Can you imagine Nicolas Cage's big ass head or face in the Fortress of Solitude?
you see him.
You have activated the Fortress of Solitude.
He's not Keanu Reeves.
That's brilliant, dude.
I think that it would be so interesting if they would just call it the DC Vault, and then they would go down the list and just go-
rehash scripts and,
and
stuff.
just get old scripts that never got made but everybody wants to see, like Superman Lives, Justice League Mortal,
And Justice League Mortal, yeah.
and then see if they can get the original cast that was
To voice
originally
it?
supposed to do it through.
Nicolas
I don't know
voice.
about.
Cage as
Wait, was
Brainiac.
it Army
Hammer.
Army Hammer?
It was gonna be Batman.
No, I don't
Renee.
think they can't do that one.
Nicolas Cage is
Why? They already have
Brainiac.
Ezra Miller.
As Brainiac?
As Brainiac.
Nicolas Cage's Brainiac would be hilarious.
That would be funny.
I want to see Nicolas Cage's Brainiac. That or Lex Luthor.
No.
I can't see him as Lex.
Nah,
You
no,
guys
no.
can't see him as Lex?
No,
I
as
totally
Brainiac,
see him
yes.
as Lex.
As Brainiac, I
can
would
see him
like to
as
see him.
Brainiac, yeah. You could do the voice
Ooh,
or something.
Mongol.
Or Metallo.
Metallo would be pretty.
What's his
pretty
name?
cool,
Black
too.
Mantis?
Black Mantis.
You can't have no.
Oh, yeah, it's true. Never mind.
You can't have. There's a reason why his name is Black Mantis.
I had to think about it. Like, wait, no, never mind. That would.
Can't do it.
No, you can't. You can't do that. Sorry.
Let's see, RDJ's the whole thing, you know? Like, the Tropic Thunder.
Speaking of RDJ, he's supposed to be coming back in Secret Wars.
Yeah,
That's
so
the rumor.
there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
The rumor.
Any last bits of rumor before we wrap up this issue?
No, man. I'm just thinking about John Travolta reprising his role. Man. I really want him to come back and Face Off, and then it's like Face Off 2, The Reckoning.
Face off. Face off forever.
Face. It's off face.
Two faces, two off.
Two face, two off.
It's off the charts.
I really want James Wan to be back too.
James Wan.
Oh my god.
we were getting nothing but birds flying in the air.
Oh my god, I really
Alright.
want this movie to
These
be
like
a thing.
white shots. These white shots of just like pigeons.
You know what the funny thing is? I was trying to explain Face Off to Monica, and she thought I was lying.
Oh, she thought it was.
What if
Like,
we,
she thought
what
I
if
was
we
joking.
Get, what if
She
we
really
get
did think I was
our
joking.
significant other in a room, right? And we just show them movies that they've never seen before, but we hype them up, like Nicolas Cage movies, Face Off,
Con Air?
Con Air.
I think
God, I
it would
wanna
be
watch Con Air.
hilarious if for the Valentine's episode, we as one of the games, they can't look at us, but it's like we give a description of a ridiculous movie, and then they have to say movie or made up.
Oh, you gotta do that because you're gonna host that. Yeah.
That would be
That's true.
that would be hilarious if literally they're like, that sounds pretty ridiculous.
I have to be like stone faced, but Mandy will look at me. Yeah.
I know, same thing with
Yeah.
me. Monica will look at me and go, movie?
I'm just like, answer it.
Yeah, you gotta answer. You just gotta answer. I like to get my lifeline.
Oh, man. All right. So we're going to wrap up this issue of
Yeah.
Keeping Up with the Nerds. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here at Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue 130. You guys can find all the information necessary at keepingupwiththenerds.com. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe. 130 subs. Thank you so much to everyone who has joined us and has given us comments.
I know. I was like, what?
That has given us.
If you
what?
guys go back and really listen to what Brian said in like
And then
the
cut
past like minute. Like,
and then go ahead and clip it and send it to me. So that way I
Leave
can-
us comments.
I want to make it my ringtone.
Follow us on our social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And don't forget to look us up on your audio platforms if you guys are doing other stuff. I'll be gone for the next 4 issues.
but when you come back, you'll be back as a married man.
I will.
You
That's
will
I'll be
crazy.
different.
You be de-virginized.
Yeah. You got to talk about how that went. No, just kidding.
Welcome to the de-virginizing process.
It's just an assembly line. You're just butt naked, just going through assembly lines.
Why does it hurt? Why are the tubes? All right, we're going to wrap it up with that, guys. Thank you so much. I need the clipboard. Where's the clipboard? Oh, it's right here. I'm going to miss you guys.
Yeah,
gonna miss
we're
you
gonna
guys.
miss you too. Man.
No, we're not.
Yeah, shut your mouth, dude. You were literally talking about placing a Boba Fett in my place and talking to me
And
as
other
that.
things.
Yeah. Other things.
Yeah.
Hey, literally, I was thinking about getting a flashlight and just putting it there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I was like, you're going to put something just there.
I was thinking about just like I don't know, ordering a doll or
Ooh,
like a
or we
mannequin.
Can we? I'm gonna see if I can just
blow
edit,
doll.
edit an elephant or like a.
Oh, like in Try Guys?
Like a gorilla.
Oh,
Just in the corner. Just easy gorilla.
All right, ready to wrap this up.
all right, go ahead.
This has been Keeping Up with the Nerds, issue 130. My name is Brian.
Renee,
Signing off from Undercity Comics. We'll see you all next time.
say bye to Brian.
Bye.
It's because he's getting canceled next week.
Shut up.